I did use a broker previous to Trinity, and the experience was not very pleasant. It was a very slipshod operation, I believe, and very disappointed in the presentation they made. The experience with Trinity was very professional. I felt from day one that I was dealing with professionals, and Trinity handled it in a way that I was very pleased with, and I never had any doubts and had a very good comfort level in dealing with them. I think Trinity prepared me to take it to the market. We had quite a few visits, and they prepared me ahead of time what to expect and kept me posted all along through the whole process. And I didn't feel like I was being blindsided at any time. Trinity was a great leader through the whole transaction, through the whole process. Gerald Kong handled the transaction, and I just had a huge comfort level about it, the professionalism that they brought to the table. I think the value that I received, or Trinity got for me was very favorable, especially in the economic climate. At the time I sold the business, it was really downsized, but I don't feel like I had to compromise my value at all. Trinity did a super well job on sustaining the value that I wanted for the company. One of my major concerns in placing my business on the market to be sold was confidentiality, and Trinity assured me that the confidentiality would not be a concern, and they convinced me of that, and I never had any doubts about it. And to this day, I've never had any hint that any information was leaked out that shouldn't have been. So they handled it very professionally. Another major concern I had in putting a business on the market is I don't have time to handle or to screen out prospective buyers. And that was probably the most amazing thing to me, is how Trinity only brought buyers to the table that had the means to make this happen. And it was really a time saver for me, because I'm in the business of running a day-to-day business. Did not have time to do that. So there was no wasted effort on my part. They only brought to me buyers that had the means to make it happen. Trinity came to me first to put the business on market. They went step by step, exactly what would go through the process involved, and down to the very closing transaction, everything. They told me every step we'd have to go to, and that's what we followed, and I had no surprises. Trinity did have a team approach into making this transaction happen. And one of my big concerns was the tax consequences, and they had a team of experts that I could talk to directly, or they would talk to for me, but it was an open door policy where I could talk to them direct, because that was a major concern, and it was a whole team effort, and it worked. Every decision that I made through this transaction, Trinity was careful to give me the pros and cons, and it was left up to me to weigh these pros and cons. And oftentimes I asked their input on those pros and cons too. What would they do, and what had other companies done? And they were very helpful and advising me in that direction. As far as a fair deal in this transaction, I think Trinity, I got a good bang for my buck, and very pleased with it. And if I had to do it again, I would do it with them. Trinity, in my transaction, I never second guessed that they were representing me or the buyer. They always were in my corner, and I had a huge comfort level, and that meant a lot to me, that they were representing me and me only, and that was very helpful in this transaction. I've never had to deal with attorneys a whole lot, other than formulating a few minor agreements and stuff, so I did not really have a firm that I wanted to use, get legal counsel on this, and Trinity just rolled up their sleeves and went after 4 or 5 different attorneys, questioned them, telling them what our budget was, and believe it or not, they found an attorney that I was able to work with real easy and came in well under budget. Trinity Transaction was a very professional organization to deal with, and I have the utmost respect for them, and highly recommend them in any future transactions for others or myself.